Hey, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. Joe Boo's actually down in the man cave. Michael's down there actually doing some uh, live streaming video games and all that stuff. That stuff is way, way too underneath my radar to be able to hang with. But actually laying on the floor because it makes my back feel a little bit better. And I was editing some videos and going through some of the stuff that's going on. So Mike Fisher, Mike Fisher generally is pretty reliable in reporting stuff. I mean, when you hear guys like Ian Rappaport, make sure when you hear those reports that you kind of look at it with a side eye because, dude, I don't know where he gets some of his stuff, but, he's wrong more than the weatherman. But anyway, supposedly there's a rumor out there that Seattle reached out to Dallas about Earl Thomas. And they were saying that they would love to trade him for, get this. Now, this is where it gets to be really, really funny. A first round draft pick. Yeah, a first round draft pick. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's not even starting points. When you look at Michael Bennett going for a fifth round pick, when you look at Marcus Peters going for a second and a fifth, how the heck do you think that Earl Thomas is worth a numero uno? Come on, man. But I will say this much. Seattle's denying that they had any talks or conversations about that, which, of course, if it didn't go well, you're not going to say, oh, yeah, we talked to him and said we want a number one pick, and, they said no, so we just look like idiots. You're going to deny that. But here's the good news about all this. If somebody is actually talking, because remember what I told you a few weeks ago when we heard that Earl Thomas is part of our long-term plans. We're going to go ahead and we want to sign him to a long-term contract. But here's the thing. Want and actually doing are two different things. Yeah, we want to sign him to a long-term contract for $1 million a year. Yeah! But that's not reality. And I told you that Seattle doesn't have a second, a third, or a sixth round draft pick. And they look at their team and they say, Cliff Averill, he's done because of a neck injury. Cam Chancellor, well, he might be medically cleared, might not be to ever play again. Richard Sherman has now ruptured his Achilles tendon a second time. And, although they're saying he's going to be ready to start the season, it's a ruptured Achilles tendon. It doesn't exactly heal that well. And, once you tear it, you can tear it again. And you've got Earl Thomas and you've gotten rid of, another one of your cornerbacks. So what they're looking at is this. They realize the window is closed on that defense. They've gotten old. The time now is to get in a whole new group of guys and let them grow together and in 2-3 years ready to challenge for another one. As opposed to just kind of hanging on, oh, we'll hold on to Sherman for another year. No, you don't hold on to those guys. You let them go. You let them go, try and get something in return, and start over. So the fact that they are still talking about Earl Thomas going, that's the place to go with it. And quite frankly, I've been telling you guys, control the middle, you control the field. You remember? Remember, that's my saying. You control the middle, you control the field. Kind of like save the cheerleader, save the world. Yeah, like that. We got to get a safety, we got to get a linebacker, or we got to get a big beast in the middle. If we can get one of those pieces before the draft, we'll be ahead of the curve and we'll be in great shape. So we'll see if there's anything else on there. As I always say, don't sleep on the Cowboys, and that's why every morning before I go to work, we're going to go ahead and have the Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboy report first thing in the morning. So guys, if anything breaks first thing in the morning, you'll hear about it from me. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you early in the morning.